tonight, he is making his first attempt at a world title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the battle-ready WBO number 6 ranked lightweight in the world, introducing Albert, the Prince Bell. And his opponent across the ring, the defending champion in the red corner, wearing white trunks behind the trim, really needing no introduction to this guy's here tonight as the proud son of Cleveland, Ohio. He weighed in right at the level of 135 pounds. He also is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 20 wins, no losses, with 17 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, the young Southpaw champion is making the first defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the newly crowned, undefeated, reigning and defending WBO lightweight champion of the world, introducing Abdullah Mason. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, now ready to give instructions, Mark Nelson.
Chief second only. Chief second only, guys.
Okay, gentlemen, you both received my instructions in the dressing room. You know exactly what I expect. A good, hard, clean championship fight. Obey my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Touch them up. Good luck to both of you.
It's the first main of our TNT DAZN partnership. A packed house. 2 undefeated Ohio fighters in Cleveland on July 4th. Our nation's 250th birthday. We want fireworks. 12 rounds for the WBO Lightweight Championship of the world. The champ, Abdullah Mason. The challenger, Albert Bell. Here we go. Mason in the white, Bell in the red.
This first round is going to be very important for Mason to establish dominance, the middle of the ring, show that the change and replace opponent is not going to be a big difference. Just follow the game plan as planned.
I think Albert Bell wants to lure Abdullah Mason in. He is the better counterpuncher in this situation. He wants Mason to kind of step in, lean over, get a little bit sloppy so he can land those counter shots and then get out of the way.
Left hand to the body there for Mason, who is in a very physical fight of the year contender against Sam Noakes. And his last out, a good counter there from Bell.
That's the kind of shot I think he was looking for. So as he leans in, throw that right hand.
This is a tricky replacement for Mason. It's going to be very difficult. Guys like Albert Bell, who don't make many mistakes, they're great with counter shots, especially being so tall and lean.
Back in 2019, Albert Bell fought Andy Fences, and at that time it was Fences that was considered the prospect in that fight. That was a top-ranked promoted card. Albert Bell kind of upset the apple cart there and came away with the win. I can tell you, talking to top-ranked officials during this week, they're very wary that he might do it again.
Everything is lining up that right hand for Bell. He doesn't waste punches. Everything accurate. Everything lands. You can see him cocking that right hand, just waiting for Mason to make a mistake and get over-aggressive, which he will do. The champ does like exchanging.
Good right hand again for Bell when Mason jumps in. Bell not really a power guy, 30% KO average, 9 knockouts in 28 fights. Abdullah, much more known for his power, 17 KOs in his 20 wins.
It'll be interesting to see which of these two guys is most affected by the opponent change. Abdullah Mason was preparing for Joe Cordina, Albert Bell for Andy Cruz. They're both fighting very different style of fights.
I think it's going to be easier for Albert Bell because he wants to face a Cuban-style fighting. You want someone that's aggressive, an American style, coming at you. Sure, Mason is a southpaw, but he feels like it's changing. Mason. He lands the accurate shots, not the power shots.
Mason on the front foot. This crowd is really urging on. It's going to be tough for him, Sergio, at the age of 22, to not let that affect him.
Listen, Mason has passed every test they put in front of him, and that's the reason he's the youngest champion in boxing. You grow from every fight, and he's going to grow from this one. I love the fact he's aiming for the body right now. You don't want to aim to the taller target punching up so early. Aim at the midsection, break the taller man in half.
Slip obviously there for Bell. That'll do it for the first round.
Last week in New York, we had Xander Zayas' team asking toughness to trim his beard. Abdul Mason's team did not ask Albert Bell to do that. Albert Bell was, of course, grateful for that. Instead, only one person asked him to trim his beard and his career. That was Andy Vences, who he fought in 2019, who happens to be managed, or was managed, by the same guy that managed Xander Zayas.
Sergio, would you have asked him to trim his beard?
Listen, man, this goes beyond the beard and playing, games like that. These guys share the same religious belief. They have the same faith. They're friends outside the ring, but inside the ring, it's all about boxing. And I love the fact that happened. Not in this instance.
Be careful, guys. Be careful. They know each other very well, sparred several times. So I don't think Albert Bell takes this fight on 10 days' notice unless he's very confident that he can get the job done. Counter right again as Bell jumps in.
That's going to be the main punch, like I said the last one. That short right hand, it could be long, it could be a short hook, it could be an uppercut. Excellent. It's a great on right hand that Albert Bell has. With the aggression that Mason brings to the table, the longer this fight goes, the more that right hand is going to be dangerous.
We talk about Bell stepping up to fight Abdullah Mason. How about Mason facing Bell? Though this is a guy that no one wanted to fight, Sergio. He's so tough to deal with. 28 have tried and all have failed.
Good check hook by Bell, stopping Mason in his tracks right there. I like that 2-1. That's going to be another thing. Keys to victory for Bell. It's not a 1-2. When you're fighting a southpaw, you want to mix that up. You want to throw a 2-1 instead.
Get your hands free. All right, great.
Bell said this would be a chess match early.
If Mason can break that range, that is going to have the advantages. And there's a straight right hand right down the back.
Little left sneaks in there on the inside from Mason. And it's so hard to hit Bell. Mason will take any punch he can get.
Good job to the gut there by Mason. I think in these early rounds, he needs to start focusing on the body. And it's very hard to hit Bell with anything clean upstairs. Even though he does fight up right, he keeps that chin a little bit high. He perfected that style. There's that 2-1 I'm talking about. It just landed on Mason.
Body shot there from Mason. Bell trying to fight off the ropes. This is the sixth southpaw Bell has fought, but the first since 2019, 7 years ago. Accident on butt.
Bell threw a mean right hand right. It's landed right on the chest of Mason, but bad intentions behind that right hand that Albert Bell just unleashed.
Looks like a small cut over the left eye.
Not like a... Yes. See, yes.
saw what I saw, man, but I saw Albert Bell controlling Mason nicely with that right hand. You can see that even though Mason has a higher knockout ratio of the heavier hands, it's the accuracy and the calmness of Albert Bell. Nice body shot right there by Mason. I want to see more body shots by Mason. And of course, right hands by Albert Bell.
All right, round 3. Seems like a pretty good start for Bell.
Mason wants to turn this into a physical fight. Bell wants to stay on the outside and keep it in boxing.
Chris, who'd you give the first 2 rounds to?
Yeah, I've got 2 rounds to none in favor of Albert Bell. Competitive second round, but I thought the cleaner punching was by Albert Bell. Look, I think this is the style that he wants to fight. He wants Abdullah Mason coming in. I think Mason, frankly, needs to box a lot more from the outside, use that range, try to have some success. If he keeps coming in on Albert Bell, this is a very good counter puncher.
What an athletic combination there by Albert Bell. 2 strong right hands in that uppercut consecutively. That demands a lot of balance, athleticism, and confidence. We got a confident fighter. Stop in Albert Bell right now.
Watch your heads, guys.
But that's how he was in our fighter interview yesterday. Just so laissez-faire, whatever. I'm going to be fine. Don't worry about me. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to beat this guy.
No jabs from Mason right now. He's falling around right in front of Bell. Bell just trying to line him up with that right hand. You gotta jab your way in. If you're Mason, there you go, double and triple up the jab. He's gonna have to respect your power going backwards. See, loading up like that, he's gonna fall in the hands of Bell. Jabs and body shots if you're Abdullah Mason right now.
Bell waiting for Mason to jump in. Mason trying to get physical. These punches just aren't quite finding their mark.
He's loading up too much is Abdullah Mason right now. Should concentrate on speed and combinations. Don't load up on any shots and don't try to hit him. You're not gonna catch nothing upstairs right now.
And remember, even though Bell is taller, it's Mason who actually has the longer reach.
Look how calm and relaxed the look on Albert Bell's face. And he's dealing with a young, hungry, strong, powerful champion. Calm, cool, collected as Bell.
Both of Abdullah Mason's brothers were victorious earlier today on the undercard. His brother Dermot Mason winning by decision, Ibrahim Mason winning by KO. Can they go 3 for 3 tonight in their hometown? Right hand from Bell, spins Mason around and lands another couple of shots. Mason spins in circles.
It'll be a long night for Mason.
Someone's looking down on us from above.
Dad, help me.
To your perfect fit.
Sergio, at the end of the round, you said it's going to be a long night for Mason. Why don't you think he's going to be able to make these necessary adjustments?
Mason is an offensive, aggressive fighter. He likes to punch at anything the opponents give him. Bell's not going to give him anything. And if you listen to the instructions of his corner, they're saying to back up and move. I mean, these early rounds, the right hand has been keeping Mason on check. Now, time for him to close that distance, just moving laterally. Get the big man to chase you.
Albert Bell in that last round was just 6 of 31. Not the greatest of percentages. Abdullah Mason, 2 of 29.
So it sounds he landed triple the amount of punches. Chris Beal landed 6.
The body shot by Mason, that left hand to the gut. That's what he's going to have to do with a true fighter like Bell. Forget about the head for body hunting.
Sergio, earlier we talked about fighters who needed to not box and just turn this into a fight. It seems like Mason can't turn this into a fight. He's going to box.
Yeah, because he's worrying about the body hand of Bell. Look, he's controlling the young champion just with one hand. So Just keep it in cock. Because every time he comes in, the right hand's going right down the pipe. There it is, right there. That's keeping Mason in check.
Body shots, I haven't seen a ton of those, and there's the numbers Chris Mannix was referring to.
And Sergio, I think that Mason, his game plan always should be to box. When he gets sloppy, he gets clipped, and he's had some problems with that in the past. But a year ago, German Vasquez dropped him twice in the first round. One of the likely regarding guy put him on the deck a couple of times. He's got to be more disciplined boxing from the outside.
The quicker hands are definitely by Bell. More accurate, the heavier hands are by Mason. The power doesn't mean nothing if you can't close that distance and land him.
You can see it. It's a packed house here in Cleveland. Almost everyone in attendance pulling for Abdullah Mason in this, his first world title defense.
Bell didn't pull back none of those 3 straight shots. Just beautiful instinct shots. 2-1-2 from Albert Bell. Beautiful combination of throw against the southpaw.
Chris, are you surprised by what we're seeing?
I mean, yes, you're surprised that, at least in my card, it's 3-0, but I always thought that the style of Albert Bell coming into this fight was going to be favorable for him. Again, I go back to the biggest fight of his career against Andy Benson back in 2019. Benson just coming at him, trying to throw shots, and Bell just slipped him, countered him, was really effective in that fight. I can see a similar thing happening here.
Mason trying to fade his way in now.
Heavy foot feint. Heavy foot feint that Albert Bell wasn't falling for. He even came back with a check hook.
Now they're letting their hands go a little bit here at the end of the round.
The body shot there by Bell.
Returns on July 18th, of course, in California to make former world title challenger Emmanuel Ali. That's live and exclusive on DAZN, the global home of boxing. Download the DAZN app and sign up now. Round 5 scheduled for 12. Doesn't seem like there's any panic in the corner of Mason's, or any panic in Mason's corner right now.
I think it's time to get nervous about Abdullah Mason. Just the way this fight is trending at the moment. It's Albert Bell's type of fight.
Yes, it is. And this is what happens when you have the lane replacement, when you're dealing with a totally different style, and all of a sudden you get a guy that's been waiting for this opportunity. And his physical dimensions are taller, he's longer, he's more patient.
Be careful, be careful.
Chris, how do you have it through 4?
I've got it 4 rounds to none in favor of Albert Bell. He's not dominating by any huge statistical measure or landing huge shots, but he's just more accurate. The counter punches are cleaner. The eye-catching shots that the judges should be seeing in this type of situation. I've got 4 rounds to none in favor of Prince Albert Bell.
I'm sure there's some people watching this who have given Mason a round or maybe 2 as a right hand from Bell.
Albert Bell loaded up in that left hand.
He's quick on the trigger. The thing about Albert Bell is quick on the trigger. He doesn't pull back his punches. Everything's short and concise. He doesn't try to overload. That's what he has over Mason. Mason always tries to overload with those heavy hands.
Sergio, do you have it 4-0? That's a nice combination there from Bell.
3-1 at worst, but yes, I have Bell control. Boxing nicely. That's a good champion check right now.
Mason trying to dig downstairs to the body. That's never a bad idea.
Right now, that should be the only idea. Mason, he should be throwing straight shots, backing him up, and then throwing hooks around the elbows of Bell. Just attacking that body.
And this crowd reacting to anything that Mason does.
Beautiful uppercut. The timing is on Bell. And timing beats power.
Bell with 11 years more experience than the 22-year-old.
See, it's hard to be patient, you know. Power's exciting, you know, youth is exciting, but when you're patient, and you wait for the younger fighter, the younger aggressive fighter to make mistakes, and that's exactly what Bell's doing. He's not overdoing anything, he's waiting for Bell. He's waiting for Mason to make the mistake.
Mason landed a good shot, but Bell answered right back as he's done all night, but Mason biting down on the mouthpiece. He's going to try and will himself to win some of these rounds.
Look at how calm Bell is on the inside, just holding one arm, keeping his eyes on him.
He's holding on to that level to the Mason to blunt any type of attack.
Mason looked over in his corner to get some advice.
Look at this combination against the ropes. Nice left hand. Mason finally broke that distance, but the thing about Bell, once he's against the ropes, throwing that 2, 1, 2, there you go. That's what you gotta do against the southpaw. That right hand is where the power lies, and then the left hand is the jab, but you keep him in check. 2, 1, 2, perfect shot. The straight shots are gonna be on Bell. Mason can get the hooks around and break that distance.
And to those not familiar who may be watching boxing for the first time or whatever, first time, the 1 means the jab, which is the lead hand. The 2 is the power hand. And you're saying basically that Bell should be throwing his power hand or his backhand first, then throw the jab.
Exactly, because you're dealing with a left-hander. You want to do everything backwards. You don't want to fall into the hands of the southpaw with a 1-2. It's a 2-1, and they perfected that. Albert Bell knows what he's doing.
And again, unlike our co-main event, no open scoring tonight, so we don't know what's going on in the judges' minds. And Chris, judges are not supposed to be obviously influenced by the crowd, but when they're reacting to anything that Mason does, it's kind of hard to block that out.
It certainly is a variable. I'd also add that aggression could be a variable. We saw that in our first fight of the night with Carlos Ramos against Scooter Davis. I think we ringside and probably the crowd gave Carlos Ramos a lot more credit than the judges did. They had it wide for Scooter Davis. So aggression in some situations, being the hometown fighter, that can favor him. But right now, I just like all the things that Albert Bell is doing. He has kept the offense from Abdullah Mason in check.
And keeping him in check with short punches. I mean, they're coming from everywhere. You can see that Mason has respect for the punches that are being thrown at him.
Look how Bell just has his breathing control. Sergio, it's just a walk in the park where Mason's constantly moving, being jittery, burning up energy.
Mason may be the champion, but the old lion is definitely Albert Bell. And he manages the time. There's another thing that he does well. You know, he fights like an older fighter, patience. He slows down the clock, slows down the rhythm, doesn't let the younger fighter get over even.
Good jab there from Mason.
This is what great Bernard Hopkins was able to do late into his career in the 40s. Good shot. See that right hand right there, right? Get the young buck right at Bell, right at the end of the right hand.
Again, these are eye-catching shots. When it's not a high-volume type of fight, it's shots like that that stick with judges, and certainly stick with me at least.
Downstairs goes Bell. Mason's backing up now. Do you like Mason trying to draw Bell to him a little bit?
He needs to try something right now, because coming forward, he's getting clipped on the way in. And they're easy, clean shots to see, like Ramos just pointing out.
Albert Bell's not going to get crazy. Like, he's too experienced, too smart.
This all came down to matchmaking, guys. When Joe Cordina left the equation, the last fighter that should have saved the show was this man right here.
Hey, look, this was not supposed to be the guy. They went to 2 or 3 different guys. Charlie Suarez was the guy they wanted for this fight. Albert Bell was a save-the-show type of guy.
Beautiful shot there. Body shot by Bell.
Well, he's not saving the show. He's stealing show right now from Mason.
Now we get into the second wing and relax. And you can do what you want to do. Just relax. It's getting going back, keep it going back. You pull, you pull. You go, let's go.
Episode 2 of the fight. August 1st, Lamont Roach Jr. battles Williams Zepeda for the vacant WBC lightweight world title live on TNT, True TV, and streaming on DAZN. Sergio, what will that fight look like?
Listen, man, Lamont Roach has been at the end of bad decisions and draws. I think this is finally the fight where he can shine because Zepeda's going to be right in front of him.
Yeah, there's no way that fight's boring. Zepeda throws more punches than probably anybody in boxing right now. Round 7 scheduled for 12. Mason's got to get on it. Let's bring in Bud Crawford. How are you seeing things?
I see Bell taking advantage of the opportunity. Like I said before, this guy has been waiting for this moment, and he's taking fully advantage of it. His experience is showing up tonight, and Mason is showing why he's real young right now.
Do you have it as one-sided as Chris Mannix does?
I don't have it as one-sided as Chris does, but I got Bell winning right now.
How dare you, Bob? How dare you? Look, there are a couple of swing rounds, certainly in between, but Bud, I mean, it just looks like Albert Bell is just able to take advantage of that aggression from Abdul Mason. That right hand on the counter, that just seems to be what shot the can't miss.
Well, of course, if you can look at him, you can see how patient he is, you can see how calm he is, and he's just waiting for his opportunity. Mason get out of character sometimes and get reckless and impatient, and that's where Bell take advantage of it, and he knows where he's going to be at, when he's going to be there.
Good body shot. That's it for Bell. Mason lands a couple of left hands.
Further counter shots that Abdul Mason has landed all night long. Albert Bell quick to tie him up, but that was a good left hand.
You can see the crowd jump up on their feet. They're hanging on every punch from Mason right now.
Mason needed that shot just to change momentum in his favor. The thing about Bell, he does fight up front. He keeps that chin. He's got a great career doing it. But sooner or later, you're going to get time. You're going to start bending them knees and start making yourself a smaller target of your Albert Bell. Good shot. Good right hand right now by Bell. Everything's twos and twos with Albert Bell. He's not throwing hooks. No uppercuts. It's 1-2s and 2-1s.
The last time a world title fight was held here in Cleveland 20 years ago, Sergey Lakovic defeated Lamont Brewster right in the Wolstein Center for the WBO Heavyweight Championship. Good action here for Mason.
Nothing really landed clean on Mason, but Bell punching right back.
But you know what? These judges will appreciate the aggression, and even if he doesn't land more punches, he might win the round. Maybe the best round of the fight so far for Mason.
Here, it's not the bell.
You get in there and get your ass out there. You put those punches together. That's 1 man at a time. Alright? You look at it like this, shoot down there. Bring it up there, bring it back up there. Up and down, up and down. You go on the block, cut him off, step into it. You cut him off, step into it. That's the defense.
Like you said, Todd, if you're going to give a round to Abdul Mason, the champion, this is it. Finally holding the distance. That was a clean shot. Wasn't overwhelming, but shots like that are easy to see for the judges. You want to try to make these physical. If you're Abdul Mason moving forward now, make it rough, make it physical.
Something to remember about Albert Bell. He's coming off a long layoff, about 10 months. And after the last couple of years, he's basically been a once-a-year fighter. He's not old by any stretch, 33 years old, but he's been much more inactive as of late.
Good start to the round for Mason.
Yeah, it's behind the jab. That's something he hasn't been doing. I like that left hand to the gut by Mason. That's what he should have been doing earlier. That's how you break a tall tree in half. You chop him down the middle.
We saw against St. Notes in his last fight. That was not a knockdown. In his last fight, Mason showed a great gas tank. He can fight all night here. He just landed a big shot to Bell, who's holding on.
Look what Mason needs to do. Just touch anything, punch anything, make it rough.
Uppercut from Bell. The more aggressive Mason is, the more Bell can hurt him.
Punch with your free hand if you're Mason. You have to drop behind you. Got momentum going in your favor. This is when you attack. This is when you become the champion.
Bell not going to get caught up in all the energy in this crowd.
Good shot there by Mason. 1-2 on body, baby. Awkward combination, but don't keep your opponent in check. There you go. See how you're testing the body? Bell's an off those shots.
This crowd has been waiting to come to life.
Back to the straight left hands if you're Mason. You've had success. Bending your opponent down the middle. There you go. Those body shots are going to keep their elbows tucked in by Bell.
That left scored. Another solid round for the champ.
Maybe a little bit of a change in body language too in the last round or so. Albert Bell fighting a little bit more with his mouth open.
Maybe it's a body shot. Maybe it's fatigue. Maybe it's an inactivity. This is when it kicks in.
And that pressure from Mason now starting to maybe show some cracks in Bell.
And also the age.
Oh, an uppercut from Bell.
We're dealing with a 33-year-old. Not much wear until we're 33 is 33. Not that shot to the gut by Mason. That's what's starting all this right now. He's taking the wheels away from Bell. Taking the movement, the lateral movement, the legs.
Blood now coming off the nose of the challenger.
Albert Bell has never fought in a 12-round fight. Abdullah Mason's only done it once, but Albert Bell has never done it.
It's a nice straight 1-2 by Abdullah Mason down the pipe. You can see that Bell doesn't like those body shots. One, you gotta block those right quick. And two, you can't release that right hand like you normally do.
What's changed for Mason, Sergio? Why is he starting to have success?
He's been attacking the body. That's exactly what he's been. Notice everything's to the body now. Straight shots, looping shots, going around the guard.
Really?
Now it's a Bell that has to block the shots. He can't use his arms to unleash his counter anymore. He has to think defense.
What's up with you, Rusty? I said, what's
See
up
that?
with you, bro?
Beautiful body shot there by Mason.
The referee allowed to fight out of it, but not good optics for Bell, who's starting to hold on during every exchange.
I said, what's up, Brewski?
What's up with you, man?
Chilling in the crib. Taking it easy.
Just little dude, though. I want to see you, man.
I know, I asked for the address earlier.
We definitely gonna link up. I like what you're doing there with my sister and all that shit, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Respect that shit.
I truly appreciate it, bro.
I think you know about the car. I'm gonna come get you. It's been waiting. We got a crib together. I can bring you to my crib. You'll come meet him like that. You know what I'm saying? Just go out and meet yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying, but
pull
I
up.
want you to meet him. I want him to meet you. That's why I want him to come here. But he got the girls. Yeah, he got his niece and he got his daughter and then he got the baby niece. His sister daughter. She got a baby. Like she probably like what? About to be a year soon. So he got the kids. Other than that, he would have definitely came. He's an active father. Like he's yeah, exactly. He take care of his kids just like you take care of your kids. You know, if your kids call, you come in here. Exactly. So he there with the babysit. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Other than that, he would have came. But yeah, he see what you doing with me and all that. He was just telling me that. Oh man, I wish you was there.
I was trying to pull up earlier. You ain't send me the address. You ain't send me the address.
You coming?
I can't. My headlights don't work.
Alright. Alright, well, next time we can link up and shit, you know.
Yeah, it's cool.
Look,
Definitely.
this is girlfriend, my sister Kima.
Hey, how you doing? It's nice to meet you.
What you say,
I said, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
You take me, Mom. I'll take you back.
Yeah,
You take me back. Stay back.
I said, you funny as shit. What time you pulling up?
Stay drawing. Look at my nephew. Look at my nephew, Della. Look at my nephew, Della.
What's up?
Here.
What's up, youngin? I said, what's up, youngin? I'm chilling, man, taking it easy. How old is he?
He's 22.
So he younger than me. He younger than me. He a younger than me. Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you, my boy. Yeah, that's my shit. Definitely.
No, baby. Look. You gotta meet Jeremy. Look, that's my boyfriend right here.
What's up with you, bro? Nice to meet you, bro. Yeah, nice to meet you, my guy.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, baby. You should have came out. You would have met the guy.
Hey,
You would have met the family.
if you look at your message, I asked for the address.
Oh, shit. I didn't know you did.
I dropped the kids off and everything.
So where you at? You in one cup? Oh, shit. You didn't catch it. You're like, oh, damn. Yeah, they definitely gonna hop on. Oh, look, my nephew. How much more supposed to put taillights on this shit? He got a Buick LaCrosse. $50 to put it on? Babe, you want $50 to put the fucking headlights on?
No, I know they real cheap.
Yeah.
It's real cheap
You
with them.
gonna